What in the world is going on at Auburn in the recruiting spectrum? Like this video. I'm Kennard Vernon Stewart here for the podcast. We're talking Auburn football. Down in Deep South, college football is king. And on the plains of Auburn, the battle cry is War Eagle. Now, I actually ran into I had my Auburn sweater on. I actually live in Georgia, okay? I went into Kroger, which I do almost every day, and I ran into an Auburn fan. Ironically, he was like, War Eagle. Hey, War Eagle. And, you know, we got to talking, and his wife actually is from my hometown, ironically. And we got to talking, and got him to subscribe to the channel. And he was like, you know, because I asked him, I say, what, you know, with my next video, what do you want me to talk about? And he was like, hey, talk about the wide receivers. What do we got going on at the wide receiver position? And I was like, okay, bet, right? So a lot of content has come along, you know, since then. But now we have something to talk about. Nick Mardner, Canadian-born, I mean, seems like a super athlete. He's like 6'6", 195 pounds, has a lot of range, and he has been a contributor to Hawaii and Cincinnati, most recently transferring from Cincinnati to Auburn. This is a huge gain. This is a guy with a lot of experience. This is a guy that gives Auburn a lot of opportunities in one-on-one situations. He's sneaky fast, because I was looking at some of the highlights and how he's able to separate himself almost effortlessly is pretty awesome, to be fair with you. Auburn absolutely needed to get some type of guy that can contribute in a big play fashion, that can create some mismatches. And see, a lot of folks were like, man, Hugh Freeze hasn't recruited any receivers. Look, from what I've seen so far, Hugh Freeze understands the assignment. You got to get some good wide receivers. You got to get some good offensive linemen. He's done that. He's made that contribution in this recruiting cycle. As a matter of fact, it's kind of ridiculous, the fact that he's been able to get more offensive linemen in one class than previous coaching staffs have done in the last 2 or 3 recruiting cycles. I mean, I don't know what they were thinking. Like, what were you thinking? Did you think, prior coaching staff, did you think that this was 7-on-7? Did you think this was arena football? You have to be physical up front to be able to compete in this time. And I think Auburn has done their due diligence in starting to recruit some of the entities of personnel that they need to be successful down the stretch. Now, I'm not saying, you know, you look at Georgia. Georgia wins the national championship last night. That's a team that Auburn has to play every year. Beating TCU 65-7, probably could have been worse. Those are the types of teams you got to play against. Not necessarily week in and week out, but that's on your schedule. You ain't seeing them in the playoffs. You're seeing them during the regular season. And you have to recruit the type of personnel that will be able to compete with these types of teams. And I think Auburn has taken a big step in the right direction. Got Nick Mardner, got the running back out of University of South Florida. And what's crazy about this, if you look at what I showed earlier, how their stock rises once they get to school. I mean, you know, you may start out as a low end, you know, 2-star, 3-star recruit, but as you develop in college, especially with the transfer portal being such a big thing now, I mean, you develop yourself into the type of player that schools like Auburn need. I want y'all to check out these highlights. This guy's a really good football player. Big game for Auburn. Go ahead and like this video, comment, and subscribe to Vernon Speaks Sports. And as always, it's great to be an Auburn Tiger or Eagle.